go to the run game. Oh, look at the speed of Breece Hall. He's done it again.
Garrett Wilson. Wow! What a catch! Touchdown, Jets!
Okay, it's a Monday in May, but that doesn't mean that the Jets can't make the news. And, I'm a little reluctant to always responding to the talking heads in the national media and the local New York media. Generally, they're looking, their nuance to stories just isn't there. They go after the low-hanging fruit and they try to make a story that's a non-story. We've seen a lot of the stuff with Aaron Rodgers. Jets, for some reason, seem to be a target. Latest target, Nate Hackett. A story claiming that the Jets tried to replace Nate Hackett during the season. But if you watch closely and read the story, it's not really what was going on. And I know Jet fans don't like Hackett. And the derangement with Hackett is almost as bad as the Zach Wilson truthers or the Zach Wilson haters, for all that matter. And for Jets fans that are still butthurt over losing a rotational defensive piece that wanted $17, $18 million a year, that was Bryce Huff. To me, this is much ado about nothing. Most organizations come to their decision-making process as an organization. There aren't guys acting on their own as rogues or in a black hole. You come up with your philosophy, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to execute it. That's just the facts. That's how organizations run. You know, if you look around at your job, you guys that work in organizations, you can kind of see that. If you look at the Jets, and what happened once Rodgers went down, you were going to have to make a decision what you were going to do. Okay, we're going to run the ball to protect Zach. We're going to play defense and hope we're in there at the end and make some plays. Not unlike, and I've said this before, those of you who are college football fans, Rutgers grads like myself have season tickets to Rutgers football. It's scary how similar both teams were. Really good defense that winds up just giving it up in the second half because the offense can't make plays and they're constantly on the field. Gavin Winsett, highest recruited quarterback in Rutgers history, underperformed, inaccurate, bad decisions, can't complete a screen pass. Zach Wilson, same thing, number 2 pick in the draft. Happy feet, bad decision making, not cool and calm in the pocket. So what Rutgers did, and Greg Schiano did, and it drove us nuts while we were sitting there watching the game from Section 124, but they had come hell or high water, they were going to run the ball no matter what, and they were going to establish the run. Kyle Monangai this past year led the Big Ten in rushing, so they were still doing some of that running to protect the passing game. But Rutgers also had a lot of injuries on the offensive line, as many offensive line rotations as the Jets and Giants due to injury. And they had highly recruited guys. Then they had some injuries at quarterback, and then they had to rotate some quarterbacks and get the highly rated recruit in there sooner than they wanted to. And he just wasn't an accurate enough passer. That's what happens when you put a guy in there too soon. Jet fans and Giants fans have this conversation. So organizations decide that they want to be able to run the ball, play defense, and hope to be there in the end and make a play. Didn't work out. I don't think the Jets weren't going to demote Hackett. If you look at someone like Tom Moore, who was the architect of the Colts offense, he became a consultant. In fact, he did a stint with the Jets, I think in 2010, 2011. And for the past 5 years has been a consultant for the Tampa Bay Bucks. It's worked out kind of well for them. I think that's the kind of role the Jets were most likely looking at. They're looking at an offensive guru who could come in, oversee, make suggestions, how to tweak the offense. Hackett was going to be and people sleep on Hackett. 3 years as OC at Jacksonville, 3 years with the Packers. We'll just go over some of these stats. You know, and a lot of Jets fans wanted Eric Bieniemy. This is a guy, wasn't his system, wasn't his play design, wasn't his play callers, and one of the reasons why he couldn't get a job is inability to get along with star players. We've seen the kerfuffle Bieniemy had with Patrick Holmes leaving the field. If you're fighting with your star quarterback, that's a recipe for disaster.